Hey guys, and welcome to Misconceptions of Mobilizing Painful Joints. I'm Sarah Pitts and I'm from mostmotion.com, and I'm here to help you understand what you can be doing to mobilize your painful joints. Okay, now it's the season where there's a lot of people going skiing, it's icy outside, the people falling off the bikes, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to get aches and pains, you're going to get banged up a little bit more than normal, and sometimes people have so much pain in their joints that they really feel like they can't do anything about it, okay? And that is the biggest misconception that I'm going to help you get past today. I'm going to do that with 3 little secrets. I have my notes here so I don't forget, because my memory's a bit of a sieve, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anything out. Okay, so the first secret is you have pain because you don't have movement. Okay, now even with something like a sprained wrist or a broken bone, the pain isn't necessarily coming from that site. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you've sprained your wrist, for example, let's say you've sprained it down here, okay, then the chances are that you've overstretched the wrist this way, okay? So all the muscles through here have gone further than they can cope with, okay? And it's quite likely that it's because these muscles here were too short in the first place, okay? So you've just forced them to go further than they wanted to. Maybe you fell over, you've put your hand out, something like that. And that pain through here is because they were overstretched. Okay, now they ended up being painful because these muscles were too short and the body couldn't cope with the movement this way. Okay, now if you'd sprained your wrist on the other side, like this way, or you have repetitive strain or anything like that on this side of your hand, again, the tightness is through here and the wrist is like this. Okay, so then your body is fighting when you're trying to open your fingers and things like that. Your body is fighting against this part of your wrist, is fighting against the tightness on this side. Okay, so then it gets really, really tired, and the movement, your body can't cope because the movement is too much and there's too much strain on the muscles on this side. Okay, and people always say it hurts when I do this. Okay, and sometimes you just need to look a bit further afield. Okay, which brings me to my second point, which is that everything is connected to everything else, okay? Now, let's say, for example, I had strained my wrist, okay, sprained my wrist through here. Bring that there so you can see, okay? So it's on the front of my wrist here, okay? I can't do this, and it doesn't really want to do this either, okay? So what do I do to help my wrist when it hurts to move it, okay? And the simple answer is, don't move it. And that sounds crazy, but everything is connected to everything else. So the muscles in my hand, okay, my fingers here, connect all the way down here in my elbow, okay? Now, my bicep also attaches to my elbow, and so does my pec through my bicep, okay? So if my bicep is too short, my pec is too short, and I have an internal rotation of my arm, then my wrist and all the muscles on my fingers are on much more of a strain than they would need to be if my bicep and my pec wasn't too tight, okay? So what we can do is loosen off the muscles in the arm whilst keeping the wrist very still, okay? Your brain is going to panic, your body is going to panic if you start to try and move around the bit that hurts, okay? So if I want to mobilize my wrist, I don't want to start doing this or this if it's sore. Okay, my brain will just panic and say, please don't do that. And it will stop you trying to move your wrist around. Okay, so the best thing to do is to give your body a bit of confidence in what you're doing by keeping this area still. If you want to wear a splint or something like that, you can do that to keep that area still. But I would work further away. So we're working up the arm and into the shoulder to help try and release the tightness that's feeding down into the hand and the wrist. Okay, and the third thing is just that. Focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do, okay? So if you have strained your wrist and you don't want to be moving it around, rather than feeling like you can't really do anything, then What we need to be doing is focusing on what you can do. So keeping your wrist very still and moving and mobilizing your arm and your chest is a really, really helpful way of making you feel like you're doing something useful and moving your body forwards, okay? Because as you loosen off all the tightness that's feeding into an area, you're improving the blood flow, which is giving your nutrients and oxygen and all the other good stuff that your body needs to heal that problem, okay? So just because you're working further away doesn't mean to say that you're not influencing the tightness in that specific area. You're also helping to improve the blood flow, which will speed up your recovery, okay? So I hope you enjoyed all of that. And the thing that I want you to take away from this video is that you can help painful joints even if they're super sore, okay? So you can do something to help just by working further away than you think, all right? So if you want to learn any more, if you want videos, articles, that kind of stuff, then please come and join me at smartfolks.com. You can find that in the description. I don't know if it's up there or over there or that way, whichever. Just click the link in the description. Come and join us in the Facebook group and join in a discussion. Ask a question and find out a different way of thinking about your aches and pains, okay? Let's get rid of them. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget, click the likes, click the heart, comment, ask questions, anything you like, and then you make sure that you see lots more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.